BLP. And today we'll talk about posture, because posture is everything, and posture is all about performance, and posture is probably the most underlooked performance field in the bodybuilding status. As we know, the posture is built with the popliteus behind the knees and the rotatorus around the spinal, which means the posture is a central nervous system oriented system, because the eyes see the horizon and the feet feel the ground. Follow me? If someone injure himself or have, knee pain, shoulder pain, whatever, that means he's out of posture range. You have to understand in self-analysis posture to understand where is your structural weakness in terms of kinetic postural awareness. Meaning, if the high synchronization that looks at the horizon are right. Because if you have pain here, there, it comes from the source. And people are saying, hey, what's the source? Bench press, squat, deadlift. No, the source! The source is the breast. When the baby coming out of the veggie, he wants colostrum. It's a baby and a bodybuilder, they're pretty alike. They have lots of growth hormones. They want 1 GF and they want breast. So if your mom didn't breastfeed you, you didn't learn a tracking system. It's not actually the vision that looks at the horizon, it's the tracking system that made you postural, head control, lateral vision with high synchronization system, which means you need good short range, high synchronization for good posture. This next thing is ground proprioception, which means the arch of the feet and the three metastases. There's one at the ankle, there's two front. Okay? Follow me? The arch, it's what makes the soleus and the tibia legs straight, which means the arch of the foot is a sign of health. It's the adductor hallucis that pull the arch and build the arch. So that muscle is very a key role of posture, but actually blood flow and circulation, which means a poor knee stance will have weakened blood return to the heart. So posture, good circulation, good growth, longevity in the sports. In posturology, you have insole that helps the mechanoreceptor of ground proprioception, because if your knees are bent inward or outward, or the feet is, that means that either if you look at the insole of your shoes, it will be damaged only on one side. That's a very bad sign. That's a sign that you have to rebuild stability from the ground, doing like inversion, or spiral, or one arm deadlift. Stature on the ground with tracking eye system. Because on the postural stance, there's vision, there's ground proprioception, and the jaw. The jaw is like Pac-Man. But it turns out that the way you bite, the occlusion is the way you walk, the way the open gait, kinetic gait. So if you're cross bite, if your bite goes like this or like that, you need functional mouthpiece to fix your bite, which is this. So what's the advantage of that? It's because it brings the tongues up. If the position of the tongues is up, as human, as oxygen species, the oxygen inhaled by the nose and goes at the lower TVA. Meaning if you sleep, you will have nose breathe. Meaning nose breathe is good for digestion, good for cortisol, good for assimilation of food and stress. So better to sleep Or let's say if you're 300 pounds bodybuilder, you have bad posture, you're a mouth breather, what happened? Sleep apnea. Not good. Sleep apnea, not good. Understand? So quality of breathing is very important because oxygen, mitochondria, energy, ATP, phosphocreatine, strength. Nice breathing, nice health, all works together. We have to see the body as a systemic system, not only bench or deadlift or row. It's more complex than that because, you know, as I explained, you have a lot of people that when they bench press, dumbbell bench press, you see the feet changing, the knee changing, the hips moving. That's because they kind of seek for their stability. I'm sure you see that at the gym most of the time, especially with beginners. They don't know how to fix themselves. That's why they think it says, drop your feet to the ground. Ground is very tight. Stability, strength, growth, 1GF1, GH, systemic level, because from the ground up, we're not only muscle, we're fascia. It's like an envelope, a spiral, three-dimensional envelope that fill up all the body. That's why if you have piriformis pain, could come from the foot. There's systemic reaction because it's all a spiral 3D all together. So they say movement is medicine, gym is hospital, and movement makes hydration the fascia to the muscle. And fascia is more receptive to pain. The guts in the bad posture is compressed, will alter pH, acidity level, blood acidity level, and fascia too. Called thixotropic. Thixotropic is when you have sensation of pain, local pain. That means you're out of postural strength. You know, feel heat, don't care about posture because it has an imprint, it's been perfected. Drugs, supplements, systemic CNS, guts, systemic health, result, 1GF, GH, anabolic steroids, obviously, postural stents. Because if it's not, you will stop, you will look the same. And people will say, oh, it's genetics. It's not genetics, it's environmental genetics. It's not genetics. Genetics, 1GF, GH level, GLUT4 performance, insulin sensitivity, those are genetics. But your postural is imprint from your childhood, the prequel phase. But the body is resilient. The body is not perfect, but it's resilient, it's adaptable. So you can change motor patterns, Get it? So as a postural imprint, a good reflection of it, it's an unconscious, dynamic, open gait walk. You just walk like this. And then you do it for 45 seconds. Something will occur. You're going to walk back, up front, turn right, turn. And then you can know what's right or wrong in the structural sense. Once you establish structural sense of yourself, jaw, vision, ground perception, dynamic walk, you can design your program with logical prioritization in terms of your strength, fascia. That's very important because if someone's walking forward and you keep doing squat, you will see him wrap up his knee, wrap up his patella because he has knee tension here. And instead of doing box squat, will be more friendly for him. You kind of squat like this, and because most bodybuilders are very stubborn, and even they have pain, they will keep going, and then bodybuilding career. So dynamic walk, very important for designing a self-program, self-prioritization of weightlifting. It's like, follow me, follow me. This treasure here. You see center stability. Big toe is touching the floor, in toe touching the floor, and he's going deep back minus fascia. The core is straight. Tongue is up. If the tongue is up and the toe is pressing here, you have full stability, full posture on. Core straight G, low TV breathing, perfect execution, box squat, very postural friendly, especially if you're a dynamic forward walker. Probably the best bodybuilding exercise. It's been done a lot of years by powerlifter. This makes very good sense in terms of central nervous system. Thank you, it's DLP, and hope you care about your posture because you'll be fucked. And you're gonna be in pain!
Now throw your X up. Now throw your X up. I ain't talking pills that you pop when you want endorphins rush to your noggin and jaws all locking. Raging, we're rearranging your brain's composition in DNA with the poison we drop in. Expect the unexpected projected upon your neurological screen whenever we wreck it. Pensively send you into it as a kid.